We welcome you into the Freeport bubble for another matchup here in the Empire Collegiate Hockey Conference, and this time it's the Battle of Long Island as the Hofstra Pride are hosting the Stony Brook Seawolves for the first time this season in one of the Empire Conference's color clash matchups. You'll see the yellow jerseys today for Hofstra and the blue for Stony Brook, so color clash matchup here. And the Pride and Seawolves both looking to bounce back after tough losses on Friday. Live on the Long Island Sports Network, my name is Ian Binky, bringing you this matchup as always here from the Freeport Recreation Center as the Pride look to bounce back, look for their first win this season. First win at home, meanwhile Stony Brook try to bounce back after their first loss of the campaign. It's a face-off win for Jason Kiedergrad at center ice for the Seawolves. Once again, they're in the blue and red. Pride in the gold and blue as the first shot comes in on the near side. A glove stop for the Hofstra Pride goaltender in Spiro Markoulis as we get the first whistle in this one early on. Look at the goaltending matchup here. It's Spiro Markoulis making his fifth start of the season in as many games. He was in goal last night for Hofstra, was on the wrong side of the decision, but another strong game for him. Made 56 saves on 63 shots. Busy night as always. That saw his save percentage tick up a little bit as this was sent in towards the goal by Hofstra just wide. Bit of a toss-up on the lower lines here for Hofstra and Coach Kelly. As Brett Kiedergrad tried to move that forward for the Stony Brook Seawolves, but Hofstra takes possession with Dylan Kinzer. Kinzer, the long stretch pass, doesn't get past Sean Dwan, but this knocked down by James Van Aaron at center ice, dumped in, though, by Stony Brook. Meanwhile, at the other end, they turn to their workhorse, Nick Guadagno, for another start. He also got the start in their loss a few nights ago. That against Fairfield University. Tough go for him in net there, but trying to bounce back in a big way. Good play down low by Stony Brook. That Jack Mancini, the freshman, on the takeaway, but the move up the ice by Lynn, batted off a stick and out of play. A souvenir on the near side for our own Mike Brown, who picks it up and now tosses it to a lucky fan. Attacking zone face-off. See a mismatch of the lines here as Brendan Yerkes occupies the right wing with Jordan Cox taking the draw at center. And one of the strongest skaters last night for Hofstra, Nico Buglione, on that left wing. He got a key assist in the Matarazzo goal. That's the second goal for Hofstra, but a lot of good offensive zone opportunities for him last night. It has to help out defensively here as that's Steven Richardson dumping in for the Seawolves. Richardson gives off to Sean Dwan. Dwan from behind the goal looks to hand it off to the middle. Backhand feed out in front. That kicks off a Hofstra skate, that of Cox. Now taken forward and turning this into a 2-on-1. Buglione leaves behind at the blue line. The arriving support could not arrive in time for Hofstra. And now Dwan takes on the attack. Dwan feeds out in front, looking for the tip in. That just missed, although Tyler Edmonds was there. Taken back by Stony Brook. The backhanded shot batted away by a high stick for Hofstra, but they're able to catch a breath defensively as it comes all the way back to the defensive end. Aiden Hallisey looking to make progress up the right wing. The captain for Hofstra, Jordan Cox, right there to respond. Hofstra again still looking for their first win on the campaign, 0-3-1 through their first 4 games. Joey Schnatter trying to keep that in, but now Stony Brook able to respond. Batted down by a hand, but then knocked down by a Stony Brook stick. So we keep play rolling here early on period 1. Jake Rook along the far side for Hofstra, nearly at his pocket pick, but it's moved forward now by Danny McCardle. McCardle, the offensive-minded D-man, attacking this puck at the side of the Stony Brook net. It's now taken away and looking to clear it out. Gerstein for the Seawolves. Dumping in Aiden Latham, able to get a line change here for Stony Brook. Miscued pass, falls for Brachia. Brachia's shot blocked off a Hofstra skate. That was McCardle getting in the lane. Now man down low with it. The backhanded shot goes off the outside of the glove of Markoulis, stays in at the side. Frank Feza gets out for Hofstra, able to catch their breath defensively. Then he kicks down the dump-in attempt. Onside move for the Pride. The long shot kicked away by Guadagno. Rebound. Another good save. This time stonewalling Feza. Stays in front of the Stony Brook goal, but they have possession now with Stephen Richardson. Bracchia with them as well. Bracchia knocks his man down. Pride wanted a call. They're going to get one as their arm goes up, and the Pride head back to the power play. They had several chances 2 nights ago against Farmingdale. Couldn't come through on that, but their 2 goals did come while shorthanded. So the special teams units did work pretty well for Hofstra in that game, just not the one that you expected to get the goals. But now a John Bracchia tripping minor sends this Hofstra power play unit to work. They're 2 for 14 on the season. Both of their power play goals belong to the man with the puck right now, and James Van Aaron. Van Aaron up top to Cox. Jordan Cox hands over to McCardle. Back across the point to Cox. Tries the one-time shot that somehow makes it through traffic and into the leather of Guadagno. Meanwhile, for Stony Brook, they started off the season electric on the penalty kill. Only allowed 1 goal through their first 3 games while shorthanded, but last night, or rather 2 nights ago, saw some struggles, allowed 2 power play goals and a shorthanded tally to the Stags of Fairfield. Still strong numbers, 14 for 17 on the PK as Cox tries to send in front. Just ran out of room. One-time set up to Matarazzo, blocked up and out the Long Island Mustangs banner on the near side corner. Faceoff stays in the attacking zone here with just about a minute to go. A little bit more than that on the Hofstra man advantage. Faceoff comes to the far side of the ice. It's Matarazzo taking it up against Brett Kitagrad for Stony Brook. Hofstra wins it, sent back to McCardle at the point. To Cox. Back across to Matarazzo. One more, the one-timer. Just denied by the stick of Guadagno. That's pinned behind the boards. Sealed up against the near side half wall. Stony Brook sent to the far side to clear Kitagrad there. Trying to provide some support. This knockdown at the blue line kept in. Nice play by McCardle as he pins back into the corner. Kinzer looking to make some space for Matarazzo here. He has it at the top, goes against the boards. Taken back down there by Andrew Moscheni, but he can't clear it out for Stony Brook. Pressure mounting for Hofstra, but still looking for a lane in front. Van Aaron sends towards the side. Guadagno scrambling. Defense arrives as Brett Kitagrad is hit off the puck. It comes back now to Matarazzo. He spins, looks for help. Back up top to McCardle. He fires one. That's stopped by the pads of Guadagno. Back in front, the one-timer, they score! Matt Matarazzo bats it in, and it's 1-0 Pride. Great work to get that puck out in front, and the puck movement really made life difficult for Guadagno and company to keep track. As a cross-ice feed moved over from Jordan Cox to the man right in the middle, all he had to do for Matarazzo was just fire it on target with a wide-open goal. Another look here as you see Cox go into the corner, pick that puck up. Matarazzo making himself available on the near side post and fires it in accurately on the one-time shot. See for Matarazzo, his 3rd. And now the Pride again. He scores! Jake Rook on the breakaway, doubles the lead for Hofstra. Just a breakdown in defensive coverage for Stony Brook, committing everyone on the attack, left nobody behind to recover defensively. Jake Rook moved down a line on the line chart here tonight, but able to make the most of the opportunity early on to score. As you see this breakaway developing here from center ice. Rook occupying the right wing on the rush, just able to use his speed, get behind the defense 1-on-0 against Guadagno, and then roofs it top corner. Excellent shot for Jake Rook, his 2nd goal of the season. Makes it 2-0 Hofstra early here. You figured they came in a little bit of an underdog up against the upstart Stony Brook Seawolves, who had such a great season last year and started off the season on fire again. But a slap in the face early on, the power play goal, and then one right after as the Pride have all the momentum. Rosa trying to move on the near side, didn't find any luck there. It's Brendan Yerkes on the forecheck, makes life a little bit more difficult, but Jack Mancini able to slice through that. Mancini, nice move in. He's got a shot, but that's stonewalled by Markoulis with a nice glove save. Jack Mancini, the freshman from Farmingdale, New York, played his high school hockey with St. Anthony's. Has been a really big addition here this season for the Seawolves. Already 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists for him in the early going this season. Really that offensive-minded defenseman that can provide contributions all across the ice. This tuck turned over to Sean Dewan. His pass to Edmonds led him a little bit too far, but the Seawolves set it up with a nice move. Edmonds tries to go short side. Markoulis there. Comes back behind the goal. Reset, looking for the one-time pass to Richardson in the middle. Never reached him. Brendan Yerkes tries to take clear, get some help from his teammates as it finds its way to Buglione. Buglione tries to set over. The one-time shot for Cox goes wide. Had a man in front that Yerkes on the deflection try, couldn't reach him. This takes an odd bounce. I believe it bounced off of the linesman on the far side. Allows Hofstra to pin in and get a line change here with the forwards. 2-0 Hofstra early on here. The big hitters scoring early on the power play. That from Matt Matarazzo. But then the insurance from Jake Rook, his second goal of the campaign, as this sent in for an icing call against Stony Brook, who are trailing Hofstra in the early going 2-0. Some early traffic and shots in front of Nick Guadagno, who came into tonight with a .922 save percentage. But already 2 goals against him in the first period against a Pride team that doesn't get a whole ton of shots on target traditionally. More a team that can play off the rush, like we saw on the goal for Jake Rook. The late change for Stony Brook, late man pouring over in Sean Dewan. Former Chinese national representative. Born out of Beijing, China. Can't get this puck clear as James Van Aaron takes it back. Van Aaron in the near side corner. Trying to hand up top to Aloisio. That's picked off. Now Stony Brook take clear. This moved over to Dewan. Dewan, the stick handle, middle of the ice, poked away. Nice stick there defensively for Nick Aloisio. Now the Pride go on the counterattack. Van Aaron moves inside. The backhanded shot still there. Pounded over into the high slot. Now taken back by Hofstra up in the near side point. Van Aaron trying to move along the boards. It's peeled there instead. Taken back by Matarazzo. Matarazzo moves it in front, takes a deflection, and picks up by that's Casola in the corner. Hofstra draws a penalty. Looking to move to the slot, can't do it successfully, but the Pride get another chance on the power play as someone gets a hooking call for Stony Brook. It's John Bracchia that gets the hook for the hook. His second penalty of the game. And the last time he sat in the box, Hofstra got a power play goal, but it seems like this time we're playing 4-on-4 as Matt Casola also heads off. Did not see what the call was against him. We have 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes here, regardless of what that call was. Long shot from the by and now picked up. Edmonds sends one a long pass across to Brandon Gerstein. He's knocked down by a physical check, but now it sits up for Edmonds, swinging a miss on his shot. Able to recollect, fires it back across the ice. Picked up there by Andrew Martin. Martin back across to Edmonds, rips one across that missed the target. Rook in the corner for Hofstra, picks it up, pokes it away, and now set it up. On the counterattack goes Hofstra. Rob Criscolo tries the long slapper. That goes off the glass, up high off of it. Back in the corner for Stony Brook. A long breakout pass set up to Edmonds. Now to Gerstein. Brennan Gerstein, right wing. Rips one. Blocker stop Markoulis. Punches it back in the corner. It's picked up by Gerstein there. Shifty move off to Tyler Edmonds. Edmonds set up to a one-timer. That from Mancini. It just missed. And now a breakout for Hofstra perhaps as it comes over to Buglione. Buglione looking for the passing cross and looking for Brook there, but it was tied up by Guadagno, who covers up, doesn't want any risk of turning the puck over in his own end. You see it again, that Hofstra's a team that can work off the rush. Just that long puck that ended up trickling out of the zone, generated that chance with Buglione, and then coming up for support, Jake Rook, already one goal tonight on a breakaway. He was hoping for another one there, but Buglione's pass couldn't reach him. Face off in the attacking end here for Hofstra, still 49 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Delay in play here as they're making sure everything's all right at the official scores table. Face-off win for Stony Brook, taken forward by Skylar Lynn. Lynn hands over to a man providing support. That's Vorotnikov. Daniel Sorkin now, down low, a former standout in the Islanders High School Hockey League with the Rockville Center. Sorkin gets into the middle, a shot saved by Markoulis, then to head over to the far side boards. Sorkin takes it back. Sorkin out in front, the one-time shot, they score! As he was falling to the ice, it's Richardson firing it home in the middle for his first goal of the season. Great work by Richardson and Sorkin here. Sorkin doing the dirty work. That puck by time offense commit to his move right in the middle of the ice. To get one back here against Hofstra as we take a look at this other angle. See how the Hofstra defense got distracted with that move, and then the shot bounced up off of Markoulis and into the back of the net. Hofstra now as play continues. Try to get that goal back. The pass led Kinzer a little bit too much. It's held up in the corner now. The pass was looking to Van Aren. It's intercepted. Now a race to the puck. Chopped along by Aloisio, but picked up by Brett Ketegrad here for Stony Brook. Someone's stick blade loose in the middle of the ice. Van Aren moves past it. Left wing move for JVE, has it poked away. Hofstra able to keep it in with the heads-up play by Matt Casola. Van Aren tries the stick handle, can't move around the man Bracchia, who's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Teams bat the puck back and forth to each other. Now Andrew Muscheni starts the move. It's dumped in by Brett Ketegrad. Brook able to clear out for Hofstra here. Middle stages, period one. 2-1 lead for the Pride, but Stony Brook now with the momentum after the goal given back by Steven Richardson, his first goal of the season. Sophomore is one of the leading attackers last season for Stony Brook. Brett Ketegrad on the move. Ketegrad rips one. Welcome back to the Freeport Rec Center for the second period of this Empire Conference matchup between the Hofstra Pride and Stony Brook Seawolves, live on the Long Island Sports Network. It's a 2-1 Hofstra lead. Goals from Matthew Matarazzo on the power play, and then a breakaway for Jake Rook made it 2-0. And then before the end of the period, about 5 minutes left, Stony Brook got one back on a setup play that found Steven Richardson to make it 2-1, and that's where we stand after a period here in this first color clash matchup of the season for the Hofstra Pride, wearing their alternate gold jerseys, the blues. Meanwhile, for Stony Brook, as we're underway for period 2. Stony Brook mounted a lot of momentum towards the end of that second period. We'll have to see if they can keep that up here and get that tying tally. Early on in period 2, a swing and a miss at the first shot attempt, then sent back across, looking for the man in the middle, didn't reach him. Comes up top to John Bracchia. His shot is a stick save for Markoulis. Rebound bounce off of Markoulis' shoulder and out of play. Busy work once again for Spiro Markoulis here this afternoon. He saw plenty of action 2 nights ago. That against Farmingdale State saw 63 shots and stopped good chunk of them, 56 to be exact. A couple of them pretty leaky goals for his standard, but a few that he had nothing he could do. Trying to be stronger here this afternoon to help Hofstra get their first win of the year, at least in terms of the official scoring. As here's a one-time attempt that bounces off the top of Markoulis' mask and over the net. Hofstra did get that win over Jefferson Community College in overtime at the Burning Leaves tournament, but that one just goes down as a tie in the official record books. As Hofstra clear this out, and just enough on it for icing. James Van Aaron thought he might have had a chance of winning that race, but officials say otherwise. Faceoff comes back down in Markoulis' neighborhood. Puck dropped to his right. Jason Ketergrad wins the draw. Comes back to Martin. He tries to rip one. Missed the target. Comes back over to Matt Matarazzo. Working clear with Van Aaron. Only gets to center ice. Picked up again. Dumped in by Andrew Mosheni. Stony Brook send it back around and along the blender. Hofstra cuts that off with Van Aaron. A nice dangle to leave the zone. Van Aaron takes the middle on this rush. Puts on the brakes, heads up top, bumped over to the middle, trying to find Chris Colo. He couldn't arrive in time. Now Stony Brook with numbers the other way. Chasing it down on the far side, Ryan Weinman. Weinman back over, now left wing. His pass to the middle intercepted by Nico Buglione. Now the return pass looking for him from, and the man streaking towards the middle, Brendan Yerkes, is not tape to tape, and that's an icing call. Yerkes a little bit frustrated, either with the pass not hitting Buglione or Buglione not really looking for it, but either way, have a mismatch unit out here, pairing with Yerkes and Buglione on the second line in this game. Out there still with Matt Matarazzo. He has to lurk out there, take this face off. It's a tie-up on the draw, but Sean Dewan fighting for it along the boards for Stony Brook. Sends it towards the front, but it's covered up by Markoulis, denying the shooting opportunity. They can't complete that line change and get the units that they want out there. Dylan Kinzer returns to action. Hofstra able to win the faceoff with Buglione. Puck flipped back in, though, by Stony Brook. It's held up on the near side corner. From the half wall, played out of there. Looking to Sean Dewan. He gets around Danny McCardle. Move, though, intercepted by Brennan Yerkes. He flips over to Buglione, who dumps in. Brennan Yerkes to it first down low. Puck poked away from him. Stony Brook happy to just clear it out. It rolls on edge. Icing called despite Steven Richardson going edge for edge, stride for stride with Dylan Kinzer. Stony Brook bench none too happy with the icing call, but it will come back down on the attacking end for the Pride. Jordan Cox in to take this face off and loses it up against Tyler Edmonds in the middle. Stony Brook rushing up the ice now with Skylar Lynn. Lynn spins around, goes to the high slot, hands back up top to Tyler Edmonds. Edmonds back to Richardson, one-timer for Mancini, that's blocked. Getting a piece of it was Yerkes. Now it comes down the ice for Buglione. Nice work to get to that one. A quick wrister is smothered by the goaltender Guadagno. Another good look for Nico Buglione, using his speed that time to create a potential 2-on-1. Brendan Yerkes couldn't quite get up to him for the pass, so the only option for Buglione was a shot, and he got a pretty solid effort towards the goal, but Guadagno able to make the stop. It's a face-off win for Stony Brook, clears the danger, and it's dumped in by Aiden Hallisey. Near side, McCardle trying to work clear for the Pride, but Hallisey able to keep it in. Battling for possession, Burdett sent back out towards the front. Defensive reinforcements arrive for Hofstra as Rook goes off the lip of the boards and clear. It's survive and reset for this Hofstra defense. That's how that the first period ended. Now they spent most of the game against Farmingdale after an eventful first. Dylan Kinzer back inside for the Pride. Rook occupying the point. It's held up against the boards. Pride look out in front. Sticks clash in the middle as the Seawolves clear, and this is an icing call against them. They wanted to get a change, but they'll have to wait. 15:51 to go in period two, pardon. Still a 2-1 lead for Hofstra. No further goal scoring here in this middle frame. Matt Matarazzo in the face-off win. Dean Rosa gloves down at the blue line, but can't toe the stripe, so Hofstra has to recollect. John Bracchia right in front of us in the broadcast booth. Physical board battle with James Van Aaron. Pokes it to Hallisey, who dumps in, and now Stony Brook able to complete that change they wanted prior to the icing. A player wipes out for Hofstra. The puck's turned over. Sent to the middle, battling for it, and getting it is Markoulis. There was a scramble in front of goal, and the Hofstra goaltender able to put the trapper on top before Stony Brook could reach the loose biscuit. This sent clear by Hofstra, a race to it now, as Matt Casola chases it down and wins the race up against the fleet of foot Jack Mancini. Impressive show there from the 6th-year senior. Casola in the corner, sends down low to Van Aaron, trying to return it to him. That's just deflected. Aloisio takes a bump as he pins it back down low. Matarazzo has one goal tonight. Attempted move around for Stony Brook. The first one no good. The second one finds its way into the Hofstra bench. Stays on the attack now for Hofstra. And the officials rule that the Seawolves cannot change as the puck deliberately went out of play. So the Pride trying to take advantage of some tired legs out there for the Seawolves. There's a wrister from Cox right in the middle, blocked away. Held back in by Chris Colo. Fighting for it, and ends up falling to Lynn. Skylar Lynn can't clear past McCardle. Dump back in, Pride pick it up, already in the zone. McCardle looking out to the middle, hits off his stick. Back to him here as it comes to the side of the net and covered up by Guadagno. Puck taken ahead by Stony Brook. They've got numbers here on this rush. Brett Keetergrad couldn't settle the puck down to him. Now Hofstra try to go on the counterattack. Here's Yerkes. Brendan Yerkes fires one. That's blockered down by Nick Guadagno. Sent back out towards the front by Brendan Yerkes. Couldn't find a receiver on the pass. Looking out in front too, Buglione. That's just fired wide. Now pinned up against the boards. Pride take it out. Here's a backhanded feed in the middle by Cox. That didn't hit its intended target. Now a 3-on-2 at the other end. Brett Kiedergrad fires wide on the blocker side. Dump back in. Finds its way over towards the Hofstra cage. Tipped away by Markoulis. And now moving forward, McCardle. Danny McCardle from the right wing. Moves inside. Rips a shot right into the glove of Guadagno for the stoppage. Face-off win for Hofstra, but possession belongs, at least at the moment, to Jack Mancini. He fires it inside, settled down by Markoulis, but the hustle of Richardson gets to it. Tyler Edmonds on the far side board, spins off the check coming of Frank Feza. Stays down low, Sean Dewan trying to work it to the middle, but now Hofstra on the up with Nick Aloisio. He fires it in, little self-pass. Hands off to Feza. Back out in front, tipped in, up and over the net, and it just stays on top of the netting after the one-time tip just missed in front. Outstanding setup in the middle. It came over to Jake Rook. Couldn't quite get the right angle on the tip in, ended up in the air and just inches over the crossbar. Hofstra off the face-off, try to set it up, but the Seawolves strip it away and take down the ice with Steven Richardson. As their lone goal this afternoon. Dumps in, finds it down to Sean Dewan. Dewan back to Richardson, he rips one, and that's a glove save from Markoulis and a beauty. Great setup for Sean Dewan, feeding the pass over to Steven Richardson, but Richardson denied by the glove of Markoulis, laser-like reflexes. See here, Dewan fighting, gets that puck into the middle to Richardson. But if Richardson could elevate just a tad more, it could have been a good opportunity to score. But instead, ends up in the glove of Markoulis to keep this a one-goal lead for the Pride. Dumped back in by Jason Todorovic. Puck looking out in front, ends up all the way at the blue line to Lynn. His shot took a deflection and stays wide. Frank Feza, good work with the stick. Saucer feed to Jake Rook. Rook looking for the return. Bides time, the shot just misses high, and then out of play. Rook with another opportunity with numbers on the rush. This time, though, couldn't hit the net. .12:04 to go in the second period. It remains a one-goal lead for Hofstra, but good chances at both ends. Matarazzo, the face-off win, comes to James Van Aaron on the right wing. Van Aaron looking for a passing partner. Looks up top to Chris Colo, but that's intercepted by Gerstein. And now Stony Brook rush forward. Gerstein looking to the middle. Still loose out there. Dean Rosa firing away at it for Hofstra. Comes out in front to Stony Brook, just running out of room. Richardson came back out in front. The Hofstra defense able to respond. Van Aaron with speed through center ice. He's knocked down by Daniel Sorkin. Official right there, no call. Dean Rosa rise for Hofstra, able to keep the puck in. Rosa tried the point pass, but only players there were clad in blue, so it's taken forward. They look to move towards the middle of the long pass, and the feed to the middle by Tyler Edmonds does not find its intended target. Hofstra able to clear off the deflection. It comes back over to Sorkin. Sorkin moves back inside with the long pass up to Gerstein. Mancini, the no-look, trying to keep that puck in. It misfires, comes back down in their own end. Forecheck from Yerkes delays the move up the ice for the Seawolves. Settled back down on the near side. Moving forward, Brett Kiedergrad. Kiedergrad looking for the timing play to Sorkin, led him too far. Kick out clear, only goes to the blue line, pinned back in by Stony Brook. Reset up top. Martin, fade across the ice, that was begging for a deflection, couldn't reach its intended target. And now this sent down the ice. The hustle from Buglione just not enough to deny the icing call. Face-off win for Stony Brook. They can keep the pressure on here. Shot from Martin is denied in the middle, blocked by the skate of Matarazzo. Comes back out towards the front. Still loose in the middle. Stony Brook fires one. Nice stick save, Markoulis on a setup play to Skylar Lynn. A shot through traffic, but Markoulis able to track it all the way. This is the type of play that you expect to see from Spear Markoulis, making a lot of saves. Ones that you figure would be goals against a lot of goaltenders, but against Markoulis, he's somehow able to get the stick or pad or something on it to deny the chance. Dwan setting up the one-time shot from Richardson, just goes wide. It's Richardson again on that one-time play. Spurls down to the ice, looking to sell the penalty call. Nothing doing that time, but Hofstra failed to clear with Dwan. Richardson parking himself in the middle again as the puck finds its way to Sean Dwan. Battle for the loose puck in the corner. Now it comes clear with Danny McCardle. McCardle. And he lost the handle right at the blue line. And then tries to dump in, but took the puck over the stripe offside. Just a lapse there from McCardle. A rare mistake from the normally short-handed blue liner. Puck drop on the far side is picked up by Stony Brook. The backhanded flip in by Aiden Hallisey. Kinzer on it for Hofstra. Works to move up the far side, kicked down by Latham. Up top to Mancini. Fans at the first shot. Fends it on goal again. This time hits a man falling to the ice. Joey Schnatter takes it clear for Hofstra. Frank Fezza forces a mishandle of the puck from Mancini. Schnatter knocked down at the blue line. Can't go on the attack. So now Stony Brook with numbers up the ice. Looking to the middle, Schnatter there to deny the rush. Stays back in front. Markoulis was falling down. Still caught up. The puck stays alive. They score. Puck just never found a Hofstra stick until it finally came to Aiden Hallisey, and he gets Stony Brook tied up. See their Hofstra defense just kind of scrambling. Lots of bodies in the goal crease. And it finally comes to Hallisey. Get a better look at this angle here. It was sent wide. Markoulis off of his skates, couldn't quite get back on them. It's just sent into his paraphernalia through his legs, and then it finds Hallisey right on the top of the goal crease to roof it in. Third goal of the season for Aiden Hallisey has us with a brand new hockey game just past the midway point. And now you figure all the momentum belongs to the Seawolves. Conquering that 2-0 deficit. Hofstra looking for the response as it's dumped in with Dean Rosa. Delayed offside against Hofstra as Rook was caught in behind the blue line on that rush. Mancini down the ice for Stony Brook. He sends Aloisio tumbling down, plays the puck from his knees, back out in front to Markoulis, makes the first save, still loose, reset up top. Here's a long-range effort. That just missed wide from Tyler Edmonds. Back out into the middle, and Mancini's pass ends up settled down up top to Bracchia. Bracchia's shot took a tip from a stick right around the crossbar and then sent wide. Mancini trying to move around the boards. That move fails. Rook tries to poke it forward to himself, but it finds the former St. Anthony's Friar, Jack Mancini. His dump in just comes towards the crease. Markoulis covers up for good measure. Have to deal with this defensive zone faceoff. Now Stony Brook able to start setting things up in the attacking zone, playing that grind down style that can really work through a tight Hofstra defense. It took Farmingdale a while to wear down those defensive gears. There's a big check on the far side. Boards from Brett Ketegrad. Knocks down Matt Casola. Not an easy task to do that. Now Hofstra works clear with speed Van Aren. James Van Aren feeds back across, just out too far to find Casola, who was parked all alone on the back post. Good setup for Van Aren, who has it again near side. Bounces off the corner, finds his way to Matarazzo. He moves it back now to Casola, who's taken off his skates again. This time it was by a check applied by Jason Kietagrad. So he's getting the short end of the stick on the exchange against both Kietagrad brothers. Back out to the middle. Puck just rolled on an edge there, denying the one-time opportunity. Rob Criscolo dumps in for Hofstra. Settled back down on the far side by Casola. Just ran out of room, but able to find its way to Matarazzo. Tied up on the boards, a delayed call coming against Stony Brook, as now they touch it up, and a penalty called for a slash. It's Ryan Weinman called for the slash, setting Hofstra to the second power play of the night. It was a Matarazzo goal on their first power play of the afternoon. See if they can stay perfect here on this Sunday. Up top to McCardle, fires through traffic, trying to use the screen of Kinzer in front, but Guadagno able to make the stop. Just keeping this puck at the other end of the ice for Hofstra is a welcome change. They've been caught on their heels for most of the second period, giving up just the one goal. McCardle to Van Aren. Reps across, looking for the deflection. Again, couldn't find Kinzer. Cox on it at the far side. Moves into the middle. The backhanded feed looking to Van Aren. Missed him. Now he finds it along the boards. Moves back down to Kinzer. One more now, comes down low. Back up top to Matarazzo, wanted the wrister, lost the handle. It's reset now to James Van Aren. JVE, back to Matarazzo. Didn't find a shooting lane. Reset up top to Van Aren. JVE spins across, gives to McCardle. Danny McCardle rips one, blocker save Guadagno. That hits up off the top of the glass, stays in play. Van Aren to McCardle up top. Rips one into the glove of Guadagno, who hugs it to his chest for the whistle. Some good looks for Hofstra there, starting to wear down this Stony Brook penalty killing unit. They'll change and put out the, looks like the first PK unit with Edmonds and Gerstein out there. Some offensive firepower out here as well, looking for a counterattack. Meanwhile, Hofstra keeps that top unit out there. Still over a minute to work on the power play. McCardle redirects here to Cox. Cox looking to Van Aren. He was in that Ovechkin-like office on the right side face-off circle. But a mismatch as he's a right-handed shot, so would have had to pivot his body around. Puck pinned up against the glass. Stony Brook just killing some time off the clock. Still can't get it clear. Now it finds its way to Tyler Edmonds. Team telling him to clear it out, but a good play by Cox to hold it in. Now it finds its way over to the man in Andrew Martin. He's able to send it down the ice for the clearance. Clock still rolling here on the penalty kill. Matarazzo circles around. Final seconds tick away as it's poked away by Lynn. Held back in at the blue line, dumped in by Rook as the penalty expires. Hofstra falls to 1 for 2 on the afternoon with the man advantage. Long pass down the ice. Would be icing if it weren't for the hustle of Gerstein to wash it out. Nice move by McCardle. Finds Schnatter, who hands it right back. Danny McCardle moves down low. Looks for the passing lane. Can't find one. Lost possession behind the goal, and then he trips up his man. McCardle going to be heading to the box if Hofstra gets possession. But here's a chance for Brandon Gerstein heading down the other end. Gerstein shifts to the backhand, falls as he shoots. That's a save by the stick of Markoulis, and now Pride touch up, and they're headed to the PK. It's McCardle for the trip or a cross check. One of the two. You could have called him for either. Take your pick. That has Hofstra shorthanded here. Under 4 minutes to go in period 2. All tied up, 2 goals apiece. Face off. Possession belongs to Stony Brook. Up top to Andrew Martin. To far side, Mancini. Keeps it on the dasher. Waits for the move in front. That was deflected, nearly set up on a tee after Chris Colo knocked off the initial pass. Nice diving poke check by Feza, sends it down the ice. Sold his body out there to clear the puck out. Edmonds from the left wing moves to the middle. Nice dangle inside, but Mancini had it poked away before he could shoot. Jack Mancini from the corner. Waits, hands to Richardson. Had the first goal for Stony Brook. Pass back to Richardson. Looks for the lane. That denied. Hofstra clears out with the play of Chris Colo. Keeping everything on the perimeter. That's going to be key here for Hofstra on this penalty kill. You've been burned a couple times by pucks sent to the middle of the ice. Can't let that happen here with only 4 men out there. Good speed shown by Steven Richardson. The dump and chase keeps it down low. Hands off to Dwan. Goes behind his back. Reset up top to Andrew Martin. Martin back to the near side to Tyler Edmonds. Edmonds to Martin. Back to Edmonds near side. Reset to the one-timer from Mancini off the heel of his stick and high. Edmonds as Mancini tumbled down on the far side. Puck swiped away by Frank Feza. Wants a shorthanded rush here, but at the tail end of his shift, happy to just dump it in and hold the pressure on for a few moments. Smart play by Frank Feza there. You don't want to turn that puck over and have your team headed the opposite direction. Instead, you're able to head off the ice, get 4 fresh skaters out there, but would have been a moot point anyways as miscommunication during the line change draws players offside for Stony Brook, and the faceoff leaves the attacking end for the Seawolves. Minute 41 to go here in period 2. Time winding down on the penalty kill as McCardle leaves the box, and Hofstra has 5 skaters back out there. Lynn. His shot blocked away by the positioning of Dean Rosa. Comes back up towards the top. Good save by Markoulis off a changing shot. Comes back down low. Sorkin trying to move it to the middle. It finds Edmonds instead near side. Up top to Lynn. A swing and a miss at the slapper. And Lynn back on it now in his own end. Tried the move to Sorkin. Skips him. Comes to Tyler Edmonds. Edmonds looking to Sorkin. He's got him. Sorkin looking to the far side post. But Kinzer there shuts down the move. Long shot finds Markoulis already in the butterfly. Couldn't quite get to his skates, but that ends up helping him out. Minute 3 seconds left. Here in this second period, Hofstra trying to just keep this deficit at 2, but with the takeaway by Buglione, they could try to get the lead back. Here's Brendan Yerkes. Working to the middle, rips one. That one was going wide, but taking no chances was Guadagno on the glove save. As we're into the final minute now, 58.1 left. Penalty called coming up here. And it's coming up to Hofstra as it's a board. Spotted by the official right in front of us somewhere in that fray. And it's Brendan Yerkes being escorted to the box. Yerkes had a big hit earlier in this one and now just got in a bad position against the Stony Brook forechecker. Hofstra back to the penalty kill unit here. Matarazzo off the face-off win. able to flip it into the attacking zone and force Stony Brook to move forward with it from long range. Here, Stevenson working with Sorkin. Daniel Sorkin moves inside. Setting up now with Edmonds. Up top to John Bracchia. Bracchia fires one. That's a changing shot. Markoulis down to his rear end as it's batted to the corner. Sorkin to it first. Looking out to the middle to Gerstein. That's kicked away and flipped down the ice by Matt Casola. Hofstra can change if they want, but they might just keep this unit out here under 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds and counting. One last rush for Bracchia. Has to hurry here. His stick is knocked away. One more shot does come on target. It's punched away by Markoulis as we reach the end of period 2. Still a back and forth contest here. The only goal in that second frame belonged to the Stony Brook Seawolves. A chance out in front of the net ends up falling to Aiden Hallisey, getting his 3rd goal of the season, tying things up at 2 goals apiece. The final 20 minutes could decide it, or it could be in order for our first extra frame here of the season at the Freeport Bubble. Have to stay tuned to find out as we head to the 3rd period after this on the Long Island Sports Network. third period on tap between the Hofstra Pride and Stony Brook Seawolves here on the Long Island Sports Network. Ian Binky rocking with you. It's been a competitive game through two. The Pride led 2-1 after one period of play, and despite some power play chances for both teams, it wasn't until just a few minutes left in the period when a puck was batted in by Aiden Hallisey and in a scramble in front of the Hofstra cage. Aside from that, it's been a really strong night for Spiro Markoulis, as always, keeping his team within range of this one. In fact, leading for most of this game, and coming into the third period here, all tied up at 2 with the Black Division finalist last year in the Empire Conference, Stony Brook Seawolves. Earned a Nationals appearance as well down in Westchester, Pennsylvania. And looking for more of the same this year are the Seawolves. An injection of young talent. Pride looking for a little bit better fortunes in terms of their postseason affairs from last year. We'll see if it can work out here in the third period. Everything to play for in a tie game. This color clash matchup. One of the Empire Conference's new initiatives. This sent down the ice, but on target for Hofstra. Cancels out the potential icing call. Hofstra starts the period, the few seconds to go on a penalty kill. Play remains in the box for the Pride. Stony Brook set it up here up top with John Bracchia. Shot deflected towards the net, ends up down low, picked up down there by Danny McCardle. A failed keep-in attempt from Tyler Edmonds. Comes all the way back in the defensive end. That's Brendan Yerk still in the box from his boarding minor in the final minutes of period number 2. Puck finds its way to Kinzer, who sends off the opposite side boards, and clear. Time continues to tick as Yerk stands at the penalty box door ready to be set free. Pass goes underneath Gerstein's stick, takes in on the right wing. Yerks is back out of the box for a 5-on-5 hockey in period 3. Mancini, nice move in, rips one. Glove save, Markoulis left the rebound there, but able to stick it down and get it back in his reach. Shot right off the face-off and covered up. In case we get there, just a reminder of the overtime format here in the Empire Conference. It's 5 minutes of 3-on-3. If no winner can be reached, if no goals scored in those 5 minutes, it ends in a tie. But neither of these teams want that to happen. Jordan Cox gets possession for Hofstra here. Moves it to Buglione. Nico Buglione moves to the left. Rips one. That's right into the breadbasket of the Stony Brook goaltender, Nick Guadagno. Guadagno able to cover up after the shot hits him right in the logo. Jordan Cox stays out there to take this face-off up against Stony Brook's Tyler Edmonds. Edmonds gets possession of it, and the Seawolves clear with Richardson. Richardson lost it in his skates, though. It's now left behind at center ice. Brennan Yerks on the left wing, leaves it behind to Nick Aloisio, who dumps in. Pride looking for a lane to get it out into the middle. Bodies spill down. And a penalty coming here against Hofstra, and Yerk seems to be the guilty party again. He's called for a kneeing minor. So just as he came out of the box, Brendan Yerk's heading right back in there. Another good opportunity out of the gates here in period 3 for Stony Brook to take their first lead of the game. Haven't been successful on the power play so far, but things can change early stages of period 3. Attempt to clear, held in by Jack Mancini. Mancini gets around the check of Matarazzo. Flip down low, comes to Sorkin, reset to Richardson. Fed across, finds Bracchia there, back up top to Richardson. Sends one across the ice, that's not on target. Stays behind the goal, and it is covered up by the goaltender in Markoulis as he just came to his far side of the net, caught it in the corner of his vision, didn't want to take the chance of it coming in front. Face-off win for Hofstra. McCardle tries to clear, but that's held in, but a nice play of Bracchia. Sorkin on the left wing. Goes off the dasher to Richardson right side. Mishandled by Richardson as it comes back out to neutral ice, picked up by Matarazzo shorthanded. Matarazzo had it poked away by the heads-up stick check of Steven Richardson. Possession falls back now to the Seawolves. Daniel Sorkin, the Valley Stream resident, moves it to the right wing to Mancini. He slams on the brakes. Double teamed by a pair of Hofstra back checkers. They try to get it away from him, but strong possession knocks it back to Bracchia. Richardson, saucer to Bracchia. Bracchia through traffic, deflects in! Long-range effort from Bracchia, takes a friendly bounce off the defender and into the back of the net. The power play goal puts Stony Brook on top. See here, the puck movement just sent the side-to-side movement from Hofstra in motion. It came to Bracchia, he saw the traffic in front. It bounced off of a Hofstra defender in front and then into the back of the net. We take another look at this angle from behind the goal. You see it come up top to Bracchia here, and he uses the player in front to just bat it in. That looked to be Dylan Kinzer that changed the direction and sent it past his own goaltender, Markoulis. Tough break for Hofstra. They allow their first power play goal in a few games, and this one can be a backbreaker. They trail for the first time tonight, 3-2. Now you're eager to see the response from this Hofstra team. They saw a 2-0 lead in the first period evaporate. Now they find themselves trailing in period 3. Need that kind of push back. You're only down by 1. But at the same time, you don't want to fall down by multiple goals to really make your effort more difficult. Delayed offside. Denied that move forward for Hofstra. Long pass miscued. McCardle able to pick it up. Had to pick it up because there was no icing call. Miscommunication forces a turnover. Looking to a man, but that was intercepted before it reached Todorovic. Now Danny McCardle sends one on target. That's punched up in the air by Guadagno and then up off the roof here in the Freeport bubble. Call it the Metrodome of hockey with this kind of configuration, the pressurized air bubble inside the Freeport Recreation Center. Bit of a low ceiling behind each of the goals, so have to keep that in mind on plays like that where it's punched up in the air by the goaltender. Face-off stays in the attacking zone for Hofstra to the right side of Nick Guadagno. Stony Brook wins it. DeWine able to keep his skates on side here as they pass across the ice. Look at Richardson. Couldn't reach him. Now Hofstra a chance to move forward with Richardson caught behind the play. Dumped in by the Pride, finds JVE right side. Ben Aaron sealed off as he tried to move behind the goal. Puck battle as DeWine was there for Stony Brook, but it comes up top to Chris Colo. Tries a slapper. That's knocked down in front. Now possession belongs to the Seawolves. John Bracchia has the go-ahead goal as things stand. As nearly disaster for Markoulis. Didn't handle it cleanly in his crease. Had to just fall down on top of it. That goal officially to John Bracchia. His first goal of the season, assist to Steven Richardson and Daniel Sorkin. On the go-ahead tally as things stand. A power play strike for the Seawolves. This puck batted or knocked down by the head of Markoulis. Kind of a soccer-style save, just heading it down to the ice. It's still loose in the high slot. Driven to the end boards by Hofstra, but loose puck now at the point, sent along and advanced by Mancini. Back to the far side to Brett Kiedergrad. Takes a check, moves it to Weinman. Moved along to Kiedergrad, saw the check coming, spins off of it. Handed over, timing play out in front. Just missed the tip-in play to Ryan Weinman. Stony Brook starting the change on the fly as Brett Kiedergrad bumps it around. Physical play along the boards as Casola tries to check Mancini down. Martin bobbling that puck. It's forced out by the check of Hofstra, that of James Van Aren. That top attacking unit starting the change, but JVE sticking in the zone here. He wins the race to cancel out the icing. Back end of his shift, though, he starts the process of a line change as Stony Brook gets possession. Van Aren can't leave the ice, but it's a good thing he didn't as he breaks up the rush with Weinman. Stays in now with Martin. Andrew Martin into the near side. Sends down low to That's Edmonds down low. Tyler Edmonds spins off the check. Lost possession in the process as Feza flips down the ice. And this is an icing call against Hofstra. Bit of an exasperated look on the bench from Coach Kelly. Whether it was frustration that his team sent it down the ice for the icing or that the officials didn't give them the benefit of the doubt that the Stony Brook player could have made an attempt to play the puck in mid-ice. Under 13 minutes to go here in period 3. 1-goal lead for Stony Brook on the first goal of the season for John Bracchia. Daniel Sorkin takes this inside, looking to get it into the middle, denied by a pair of Hofstra defenders. Sent down the ice by the Pride and on target, forcing the play by Guadagno, so no icing. Hofstra needs to start going on the attack here and get sustained pressure. They're playing too much in their own zone for a team that's trailing, and this puck turned over to Sorkin. Daniel Sorkin moves in. That one just rolled on target, poked away by Markoulis. Cam Kelly moving the puck along to the near side, finding McCardle there. Danny McCardle fires a wrister that's sticked away by Guadagno. Held in on the far side by Jake Rook. He can't handle the pass across. This sent down the ice, puck slowing up, and the icing is called despite Gerstein being stride for stride with Hofstra defender. Kind of a misconception on those icing calls, though, is that it's the race to the end line, but instead, it's actually a race to the face-off dots. That's where the officials call the icing. And it was stride for stride there, but maybe with just a step ahead, Danny McCardle winning out that race. Officials making sure everyone's on their marks for this face-off. It's a win for Stony Brook in their own end. Trying to work out on the near side, but Aloysio's there, plays it to Buglione. Buglione here in the slot, trying the backhander towards the net. Never reached Guadagno, still there. Batted for it in front of net. It's still loose, and now the whistle finally blows as just about everyone was in the crease trying to get that puck in the direction they wanted it to go. Several chances there for Hofstra to get the equalizer. Can't get it through as Guadagno stands strong. Jack Mancini, after his team wins the face-off, sends near side. Can't clear. Cox trying the pass to the middle. That's picked off and flipped clear. Good desperation clear by Aiden Hallisey. Not taking any chances with that one. Good stick handle by Buglione as he takes in right wing. Moves it down low. Looking to get it out in front. Just missed on the one-time setup to Yerkes. Comes all the way back down to Markoulis. He flips the long pass forward to Cox, who just bats it in, and it's picked up there by Nico Buglione. His return pass to Cox, no good. Skated forward now by John Bracchia. Bracchia happy to just dump in as he wanted a line change. Nearly losing his skate edge there was Dean Rosa, forced into a turnover. Saucer feed, looking here to Martin. Martin rips one, that just goes wide. Great setup from the far side by Tyler Edmonds. Stays in with Sean Dewan. Fed out in front, bouncing puck, kicked out by Markoulis. Still in there, Dewan's effort blocked by Cox. Staying in along the boards, battling for it, Todorovic. Comes out for Hofstra now. Long race for the puck, just enough on that one for icing. Buglione tried to race for it. And the rolling puck just didn't slow enough to stop before the end line. And he was also bested on the race to the faceoff dots. Third period just about halfway gone. A second left in the 10th minute. Faceoff win for Hofstra. Long pass finds its way to Yerkes. Brendan Yerkes on target shot. Stick down by Guadagno. That's a Pride Needle line change. Held in by Matarazzo. Flipped towards the goal. Glove down. Brought in front and goes in. The insurance goal that Stony Brook needed comes on the power play again. There's confusion on who should lead the line, but it's Edmonds that's leading it. So we'll see if he got the last tip on it. It's again the same setup as it comes up top to Baracchia with players in front. And it looks like Edmonds was on the doorstep there getting the last touch. As we take a look back at this replay, Mancini also out there in front. As we see it come up top, and it's Edmonds right there that's able to get the last touch right in front of Markoulis to direct it through the 5-hole and in. Now with under 6:30 to go in period 3, it's a 2-goal lead for Stony Brook. Back-to-back goals for them on the power play. They've scored 4 straight overall. Now you see the sense of urgency for Hofstra, knowing they need to get that next goal. Buglione knocked down the initial clearing attempt for the Seawolves, but now it finds its way far side to Weinman. Ryan Weinman down low, lost his balance as he charged into the corner. He's back on it now. The freshman denies the body check there for the Hofstra defender, McCardle. Knocks it out in front. Comes up top to Andrew Martin. Martin wanting the deflection try out in front. It bounces off the back of the net. Martin, the bump pass near side. Back to Martin. Hit off a skate of a Hofstra defender, that Cox. Yerkes able to get it clear, but couldn't connect on the pass to Buglione. Delayed offside against Stony Brook, allowing Hofstra to set up the possession now. It's moved to Danny McCardle. Bouncing puck as he wanted to move it up the near side boards. Finds its way back to McCardle at center. Long range flip dump. As no whistle yet. Now finally called. There was a hesitation from Guadagno, who wanted to play it, but none of his skaters seemed eager to help him out. And finally, Van Aaron arrived for Hofstra to force the whistle. Matt Matarazzo, that top line out there for Hofstra. He wins the face-off. It's sent down low. Moved over to Casola left wing. Reset to Kinzer at the point. Pass goes off his skate. Behind the net to Matarazzo. Sees a check coming. Moves it back to behind the goal before he takes the hit from Todorovic. There's a long shot from the point. McCardle shot stopped by Guadagno. Flexed out the pad. Off-balance pass comes over to McCardle. His shot blocked by Jack Mancini. He's able to knock it down the ice. Kinzer needs to win the race, and he does. Bounces off the stanchion over to Latham. His shot tips off the stick of McCardle and out of play. After he was able to get attacking zone possession, but they weren't able to get much directed towards Guadagno that gave him any kind of trouble at all. And before we can get play going again, we got a timeout called by Hofstra. So some time to talk things over. 4:22 to go in period 3. We're bringing you the last bit of this contest when we come back on the Long Island Sports Network. .422 to go here in the third period. 2-goal lead for Stony Brook as we get action started after the Hofstra timeout. Seawolves have scored the last 4 goals unanswered. They're trying to keep that song the same. Keep an eye as time goes on here in this third period on the Hofstra goal. See if and when they pull Spiro Markoulis. But Stony Brook still looking for insurance. Passed it in the middle by Gerstein. A few players there. He was looking to Sorkin. Couldn't connect on the pass. Stays down low to Daniel Sorkin, but it's poked away for the Hofstra player, and that's Rob Criscolo moving up the ice. Moves it across to Brennan Yerkes. He can't move in on the attack. Bounces off the dasher and finds his way to Gerstein. Gerstein dangles inside, got through one-man Rosa, but the follow-up efforts knocked it away. That was Buglione. Dean Rosa from behind his own goal. Needs to move forward. Hofstra trailing by 2. Kicked down by Buglione, but plenty of reinforcements there for Stony Brook as they dump in and head off for a wholesale change of the forward line. Good heads-up play by Lynn to pin it in. McCardle. Long pass, takes a tip off the stick of JVE, no icing. And they can pin on the pressure. This sent down, an icing call against Stony Brook with 2:52 left. We're going to head next week for Hofstra. Continues its long stretch of home games. They take on the Chargers of the University of New Haven on Friday night. Team that they played last year at UBS Arena. Stony Brook, the team they played 2 years ago at UBS. A delayed penalty called against Stony Brook here. Rather, no delayed penalty as now they pull the goaltender with plenty of time left. As this flipped down towards the goal, empty net look. It bounces off the post and wide. Nearly the perfect dump down the ice for the empty net goal, but just a fraction of an inch off. Six skaters out there for a Hofstra here. Plenty of time on the clock. 2:24 left as we start play up again, but you suppose it's about right. Trailing by 2 and not much going your way. Jordan Cox trying to drive into the middle. Denied on that rush. Reset up top to Kinzer. Dylan Kinzer sends towards the net. That hit a body in front off the stick of Guadagno and out of play. Stony Brook goes for a full change here. 5 new skaters out there, keeping the legs fresh, holding on to this 2-goal lead. Possession belongs to Hofstra. 2 minutes to go. Kinzer sends around the boards, finds Van Aaron down low. Van Aaron up top, bouncing puck settled by McCardle. Back to Van Aaron, right wing. Looks for the cross-ice feed, finds Cox. He tries the top shelf shot, but that's shut off by the aggressive work of Guadagno in goal, going high out of the crease to take away the angle. Puck just rolled on edge for a moment before it reached Cox. If that one stayed flat across the ice, could have been a slap home for for the captain to make it a one-score game and send momentum back in Hofstra's direction. But they're still scrambling, fighting for that proximate goal. Get back within one. Goal still open at the other end of the ice. 6 skaters out for Hofstra. Kinzer goes around the dasher. Finds Van Aaron down low, but it's poked away by the work of Jack Mancini. Sent up top to McCardle. McCardle fires towards the net, takes a deflection in front, but just tipped wide by Van Aaron. Looking in the middle to Matarazzo. It's still loose, set wide by Hofstra. Bodies in front for Stony Brook, blocked off the lane. Deflection in front off the shot from McCardle goes wide. Richardson arrives for Stony Brook. He flips down the ice. This goes off the corner boards and for an icing call. So Stony Brook unable to get that line change that they've been looking for, and some really tired legs out there. Hofstra needs to take advantage with 1:10 to go. Hofstra uses the opportunity to change a few players, but not the whole line. It's Buglione out there now as the shot from the point by McCardle. Just missed the target. Looking for a lane out in front. Battle for it, covered up by Guadagno for another whistle here with 1:01 left. Stony Brook looking ahead to their next slate of games next weekend. They go on the road. They take on Widener on Saturday and then Alvernia University on Sunday. Trip to the Keystone State for them lies in wait. They're trying to seal away this victory here. Denied on the rush towards the empty net. They take it back in by Hofstra. Van Aaron down in the corner, takes a bump there from the defender Mosheni. Trying to move it out into the middle. Comes up top to Dylan Kinzer. Back to Van Aaron, near side boards. Time not in Hofstra's favor here. Stony Brook seal it up against the wall and batted clear. This puck dancing towards the open net, but it won't reach it. Stony Brook doesn't mind though. Under 30 seconds now, nearing the final 20. Matarazzo skates forward. They've got to hurry. Matarazzo sends one off the boards. It's taken back by Brachia. Brachia to Kitagrad. He fishes out of the zone. Final seconds tick away here, and Stony Brook roars back. They score the last 4 goals and come away with a 4-2 victory over Hofstra. That's just the bounce back that you expected to see from Stony Brook after a tough go of things on Friday night against Fairfield. They responded a big way after falling down 2-0. They score 4 straight, including the last 2 on the power play to tie things up and then take the lead. The insurance goal comes a little bit later after that to send Hofstra back to Hempstead, just a little bit down the road, with a 4-2 loss. The Pride back here at the Fairfield Rec Center on Friday, and they'll be taking on the New Haven Chargers, off to a good start this season. Still looking for their first official win of the campaign. We'll have it all right here on the Long Island Sports Network. Until then, my name is Ian Binky. Take care, and we'll see you real soon.